So, what if you wanted a German Shepherd dog without that stance that they are now known for? So the back end of the German Shepherd dog as a show version has been squatted down, and to make their appearance more dominating, they say, but it loses all functionality. It is associated with a lot of health problems, especially hip dysplasia. And also they cut out the thicker coats, the longer coat German Shepherd as a show dog. They are not longer recognized. So in the past you had long-haired and short-haired German Shepherds, and now only the short-haired ones are recognized. And the longer coats are not anymore. But if you wanted, you could still get them, and they are called Old German Shepherds. And those dogs are bigger in general, have a thick coat and also the normal stance. Also, if you look at performance, oftentimes these dogs have far more drive than other German Shepherds, because they are still selected to work. They also tries to work, including his mouth, to get out the mouse that is probably sitting there. But these old German Shepherds bring you a lot of the benefits of the older German Shepherds. So a good working dog that also has a good coat to stay outside if needed and to guard the premises. Also a much more functional body and a more able character for working. So these could be tremendous benefits. Also because the health is often a lot better, because they don't have that squatted stance, and they are just more functional type of dogs altogether. They are, however, not recognized as a show breed, so if you want to have a show dog, of course, you should look elsewhere. But those, if I wanted to get a German Shepherd, the old German Shepherd would be the way I would look to get a dog with those looks and add it to my family. Also, the character of those old German Shepherds is more appealing to me. Not only their working ability, but also they seem more stable and less easy to be frightened, and also less nippy. So they are good for working, also in protection work, but they are not overly nippy, that they easily scare and often act out of fear aggression. They are more of a dominance aggressive breed, and that's easier to control, in my opinion. If you're not into this old German Shepherd, but you like the looks of such a dog, there are other alternatives, especially from the United States of America, which developed an even bigger German Shepherd derivative called the Shiloh Shepherd, and they did this by in-crossing Alaskan Malamute in German show Shepherd, so to say. So I would rather for them to start with this old German Shepherd, because it was a better base. The character of the Shiloh Shepherd is a lot more mild, so they're more of a pet household type of dog, whereas the old German Shepherd is more of a working type of dog. And there are other options, of course. If you wanted to have a dog that's even bigger, there's a King Shepherd, also from the United States. And this dog doesn't only incorporate Alaskan Malamute, which is a big sled dog type of dog, so adding size, but also the Pyrenean mountain dog, also known as the Pyrenean Mastiff, which adds even more bulk and coat to the dog. If you wanted to have more working capabilities, you could also go the other direction. So then you could look at high Belgian and Dutch Shepherds. And these, especially the Belgian Malinois, could be named, and the Dutch Shepherd, especially the smooth-coated variety, would be yours. Also, Belgian Malinois have cousins, for example, the Groenendael and the Lakendale, but also the Tervuren, which have different coats, especially the De Vuren and Groenendael have the coat of a longer, long-haired German Shepherd. But if you want to look at performance, there's only one way in the Belgian. That's the Malinois, and especially the Malinois X. The X stands for crosses, and they are often crossed with Dutch Shepherds, but also German Shepherds. Those that can still perform to add bulk and more power to the Malinois, and those can also look quite a lot like German Shepherds, of course, because they make up part of the foundation, but they have a far more agile and work orientated build. Well, I hope you like this video. If you do, feel free to subscribe if you want more content. Have a great day. On this morning walk we are going to talk about the Shiloh Shepherd. So what is a Shiloh Shepherd? Is it just a version of the German Shepherd dog we all know, or is it completely a different breed? Now let's start with the end. It is a version of the German Shepherd, but also a completely different breed, because it also carries other blood. So now starting with the beginning. In the past the German Shepherd came in a variety of coat lengths. Nowadays, like this is show version, it only comes with one coat length normally, which is not the long coat. It's a short coated German Shepherd. And also, due to the show breeding background of this dog also has become different in appearance. How so? Especially the back, as you can see here with my Patterdale terrier. It should be straight and functional. The back of the current day German Shepherd is sloping dramatically, and they wanted to have the shoulders more towering, and they wanted to do this visual trick by decreasing the height of its loins, so the back was sloping very much to the bottom, and this is not functional. This is how performance dog should work. With that also came a drastic increase in hip dysplasia and other joint problems within the German Shepherd breed. So one is they became less and less in variety of coat colors, for example, also in builds, because they only bred with the short-haired version as a FCE registered show dog. And the second thing is that they bred in less functionality and lots of health problems. So what is a Shiloh Shepherd? A Shiloh Shepherd is a shepherd which also has many of the traits of the German Shepherd, but mostly a richer coat. And how did they do this? They introduced another breed, and that other breed is the Alaskan Malamute. The Alaskan Malamute is a sled dog, and of the sled dogs he's the biggest and the most even-tempered. Samoyed is also a sled dog with an even temper, but they are a lot smaller. And also Samoyeds are also for herding reindeers, whereas Alaskan Malamute is just a pure sled dog, and they are also called the pulling train of the sled dog family, whereas Huskies are more the racehorse. So with adding this breed, they also got a lot of the edges that most shepherd breeds have. Also the nature was a lot easier, a lot friendlier. And within the shepherd family you have the German shepherds, but also further cousins such as the Belgian shepherd, most known as the Malinois, and also the Dutch Shepherd breed, most known as the smooth-coated Dutch Shepherd. And those two types are a lot more intense and characterful and highly driven. And the German Shepherd was already quite a relaxed shepherd breed compared to most of the others. So that gives you some context as well. So the result is a Shiloh Shepherd, which is a lot bigger than a German Shepherd is. Also the chest is a lot broader. The colors are often quite the same, but also come in a higher variety, because the German Shepherd is normally black and tan, but now with the Shiloh Shepherd you also have a lot more grey scales in between. Some are even completely cream colored. They also have dogs that are very dark, which also was in the past a color you saw quite often with German Shepherd dogs. The character of a Shiloh Shepherd is a lot easier for the average family. They're also imposing dogs, so they have the German Shepherd look, but a lot bigger, like on steroids. But the character is very easy going. As a fence dog, once it should be going, it should be a stronger dog than a German Shepherd, but the drive is far less. So also the drive to protect, to be alert, to be wary of strangers. Okay, alternatives. Of course you could look at the regular German Shepherd, but then you have all the downsizes as well. There's also the old German Shepherd, which often comes with a long coat as well, and a straight back, and also a little bigger and more performance drive. So this could be the best performance version. And there's the King Shepherd, which is like the Shiloh Shepherd but even bigger, because next to Alaskan Malamute it also adds Great Pyrenees blood. This is a big livestock protection breed. Goedemorgen. So that was my video about the Shiloh Shepherd. I hope you enjoyed. Have a great day.